Coach, well, first of all, congratulations. Why do you think this is just the beginning for this special group, not the end of a journey, but like you said up on the stage, the beginning of something?
You know, Pat Riley said something many years ago. I used to have it up on my board when I was a head coach in Sacramento, and it talked about the evolution in this game and how you go from a nobody to an upstart, and you go from an upstart to a winner, and a winner to a contender, and a contender to a champion. And the last step is after you're a champion is to be a dynasty. So we're not satisfied. We accomplished something this franchise has never done before, but we have a lot of young, talented players in that locker room. And I think we just showed through 16 playoff wins what we're capable of on the biggest stage in the world. And the best part about it is the people I just did that with. I mean, I love those guys. I love my coaches. Stan and Josh Kroenke are incredible owners. Their support, their continued belief. Calvin Booth, first year as a GM. And I just have to say on a personal note, a huge thank you to my mother and father. You know, I just spoke to them, let them know how much they're a part of this. Their love and support all along has meant the world to me. My beautiful wife, Jocelyn, my two daughters, Caitlin and Bridget. I'm a really blessed person, and I'm really enjoying this moment. So don't screw it up by asking a stupid question.
All right, I won't.
Standing on the front right.
Uh-oh.
He will.
Two things. First half, three-point shot just would not go down. So talk about the fight and the feistiness of this team tonight. And second, go back to your parents. I know you text your dad all the time. What does it mean for a coach's son to I don't know, do your dad proud by winning this championship?
Well, to your point, the first question, foul trouble, Aaron, Nicola, Jeff. I thought DeAndre played a few minutes, but he went out there and did his job. So you couple the foul trouble with we couldn't make a free throw or a three-point shot, and we're down 7 at halftime. And that was my message at the break, kids, was that, you know what? We haven't played well. We've had foul trouble. We can't make a shot. We're only down by 7 points. And what I was most proud about was that throughout the game, if your offense is not working and your shots are not falling, you have to dig in on the defensive end. And I thought our defense tonight was great. The one area that was troublesome was their offensive rebounding. We were defending. We just weren't finishing it off with a rebound. In those last couple of minutes, you know, the clock seemed like it was just moving really slow. And as you realize what you're about to accomplish, you know, it's almost surreal. And what it means for me, you know, growing up, the son of a coach, he was a CYO coach at Precious Blood Parish in Queens. He was a high school coach at Pound Memorial Academy in New York City. College coach, NBA coach, and I just told my mother and father they were not able to be here, but they're with me. You know, they're in my heart. I love them, and they have sacrificed for me, my 3 sisters, my 2 brothers, and they've paid it forward. And I can't thank them enough, and I love them very, very much.
Third row in the center.
Shane Young with Ford Sports. Coach, what's it say about Michael to have a rough shooting series and game tonight for the most part and still find ways to be effective down the stretch and on defenses particularly?
Well, it's a maturation, a continued maturation. And, you know, we all know that Michael didn't shoot the ball as well as we know he can. That's going to happen at times. And this is a great experience for him because I think he realized, as I continue to tell our team, but there are no specialists allowed in this squad. If your jump shot's not falling, do something else to help your teammates. Not yourself, help your teammates. Defending, rebounding, hustling, whatever it may be. But I think it's really important. Let's not judge Michael Porter just on his shooting in the finals. You know, I mean, like, look at Michael Porter's performance in the Western Conference Finals against Phoenix, against Minnesota, and more importantly, throughout the season. So, you know, Michael's only going to get better. And to have he and Jamal back healthy, this is what I really envisioned a few years ago when we got Aaron Gordon. And, you know, sometimes a dream is deferred, and our dream was deferred for a few years, but we stuck with it, and we added the right pieces. A huge shout-out to Calvin Booth and the job that he's done. And, yeah, this is just an unbelievable feeling.
Brandon, standing on the right.
Hey, Coach, Brandon Cristal, KOA here in Denver. I think I asked you last year at the end of the year as the Avs were going on their run and the Rams had just won. Is there any added pressure? And you kind of downplayed that, but now
with them getting that Stanley Cup last year, and obviously the Rams, how good does it feel to know that yours is right up there alongside them, you know, in the Kroenke's trophy case?
Well, I was just joking with Josh, you know, as the champagne is being sprayed all over the place. I said, Josh, I'm a rookie at this. I really don't know what I'm doing, but you're used to this. You've won, you know, Stanley Cups, Super Bowls, but our ownership group has been phenomenal throughout this entire process. 8 years is a long time, and very thankful, as I've said many times, in allowing us to get to this point, you know, and win a championship. And, Stan and Josh are great owners. They allow us to do our job, and I'm just thankful that we were able to add to that, you know, and I never felt any pressure. There was never any pressure, you know. It was just, and I know they love all their teams, but I will tell you this. Stan Kroenke grew up a basketball fan. You know, he loves his Rams. He loves every other team he has, so I'm not this delicate situation, but he's a basketball fan. He grew up a basketball fan. Josh played Division I basketball, so I think this one is really special for them. And I have to really make sure I shout out our fans. Like, it's, you know, that atmosphere tonight was incredible. And I remember, you know, year one, 8 years ago, and how far we've come and what we've built. And the fans are a huge part of that. And what really touched me was somebody showed me the video of Game 4 when we were in Miami, and to see 19,000 people in this building going crazy. They're a part of this. Our fans are a part of this. So a huge shout out to Nuggets Nation for showing up, representing, and a lot of love for them.
Third row over here.
Coach Andy Bailey from Bleacher Report. Nikola Jokic is now one of 11 players with 2 regular season MVPs and 1 finals MVP.
How many?
One of 11 players in the history of the game. What's it been like to go on this journey, the two of you together?
It's been amazing, you know, because you can look at it one of two ways. You can look at it from the basketball perspective, 2 MVPs, finals MVP, world championship, and everything he's done on the court. And then more important for me, you can look at off the court, the relationship, the love that I have for Nikola, his mother and father back in Sombor, Serbia, his brothers Nemanja and Strahina, his wife Natalia and their daughter Ognjena. They're a wonderful family that I've gotten very close to. And I've said this many times before, but Nikola, even tonight, like, he's kind of acting like this was like another game. He's never changed with all the success, and he never will. It's just not in his nature. I love Nikola. 8 years, love Jamal, 7 years, been through a lot. And just for all of us to stay the course, to challenge ourselves, to all get better collectively, individually. It's great to be a part of such a historically great player who's an even better person, and I mean that sincerely. This is not coach talk. Nikola is just a great, great man.
Mike in the back, and then Chris before Nikola comes in.
Mike Singer, Denver Post. Michael, I think after the Lakers series, it didn't hit you that you guys were going to the finals until maybe you were on the flight, and you kind of woke up from a dream a little bit. Has it hit you that you guys have won? Have you wrapped your head around it? And if not, when do you think it might hit you?
It hasn't hit me, and I don't think it's going to hit me tonight because I'm going to drink too much. These moments are surreal. I mean, like, I got in the league 22, 23 years ago, and I dreamed of becoming a head coach, not knowing if I'd ever be given that opportunity. It doesn't come easy. My father was a head coach once, and he's the best coach I know. So to get to this point, to win a championship is just, as you reflect upon all the people who helped you get here. I mean, my high school coach, Bobby Farrell, Seton Hall Prep. My prep school coach, Tom Blackburn, who passed away last year. The coaches I worked for in college, Pete Gillen. I mean, like, everybody like Greg Campy that gave me an opportunity to grow and improve, to get to this. This is like a many, many year-long process, and you don't do it by yourself. And from my family, from my wife, from my daughters, from my mother and father, from my 3 sisters and my 2 brothers and everybody else along the way, I just want to say thank you, for believing in me and supporting me and just giving me that unconditional love all the time.
Chris, right here in the front, last question.
Chris Thomas in Denver Gazette. Back to Michael Porter Jr. What do you think of the spark he gave you there late in the third quarter? You had the play where he dribbled the ball through his legs, and then a minute or two later he hit the big 3.
It's just stick-to-itiveness, staying with it, not feeling sorry for yourself. It's one of my favorite poems, D.H. Lawrence, Self-Pity. And, I hate people that feel sorry for themselves. And Michael didn't. All right, I'm not making shots. So what? What else can I do to help this team win a championship? And that play where he went between the legs and finished was an amazing play. And that three that he hit, you could feel the whole arena be like, wow, there is not a lid on the rim. We can actually make shots tonight. So, and I think it's important for everybody to understand that Michael's a young player. He missed his rookie season. He played 9 games last year. And I did my radio show a week ago, and one of the hosts said, a lot of people in Denver are wondering if you're going to make a change to your starting lineup. After a win, mind you. I said, no, of course not. Michael Porter's our starting small forward, and he's a big part of our future. And I know next time he's on the stage, he's only going to be better off for going through this experience.
Thank you, Coach.
Everybody, thank you. Cheers.